Good day, viewers. Welcome back to class. This is another session with me. We have been looking at the concept of simultaneous linear equation, and now in this video, we are going to be looking at simultaneous linear equation by elimination method 2. We have looked at the method of substitution, then elimination method 1, and now we are going to be looking at elimination method 2 because in the first video, I made it clear that we have two methods of elimination. So we have looked at the general elimination. Now I want to use the other elimination method that is more common. In most textbooks, you may not find this method there. Alright, now let's go ahead as we provide the necessary solutions to any simultaneous equation using this method of elimination method 2. Now, what is this elimination method 2 called? I call it by subject of formula. So this elimination method 2, I call it by subject of formula. So what you do here is to make equation 3 and 4 from the given two equations that you are given, which are already equation 1 and equation 2. Are you there? So for the equations we are given, you call them equation 1 and 2. Then from equation 1, you will make equation 3, and from equation 2, you will make equation 4. Then finally, you now equate equation 3 to equation 4. And now, what do you do in making any of these equations? To make equation 3 and equation 4, you must decide on the what? The variable or the unknown you want to eliminate. So if I want to eliminate x, listen carefully. If I want to eliminate x, I will make s the subject of formula across the two equations. What I mean now is that if I made up my mind that I want to eliminate the first variable, which happens to be s, unlike the case we have here, from both equation 1 and equation 2, I will make s the subject of formula. Then whatever resulting equation I have, I will equate them. This is the rule to using this method. So first is to decide on the variable to eliminate. Second is to make that variable the subject of formula from both given equations. And by so doing, you are going to generate new two equations. Yes, you are going to generate two new equations, which we will now call equation 3 and equation 4. Having obtained those equations, then equate the two equations, and you will have linear equation. Now, guys, let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so, and ensure that you turn on the post notification bell so that anytime we release my great content, guys, you will be notified anywhere you are in the world and whatever you are doing, even while you are asleep. Alright? So ensure that you like this video, share this video, and make your necessary comment. Now let's get started. Now on the board, don't forget that this is a continuation class. So we have this to be question number 7. Okay. Now we are asked to solve. X minus 2y is equal to 4 and 2x plus 5y is equal to 17. What are we going to do here? All we simply do here, guys, is to decide on the variable that I want to eliminate. So now I want to eliminate x, right? Yes, I want to eliminate x. So since I've already decided to eliminate x, I will now make x the subject of formula from both equations. So now I will call this equation 1, I will call this equation 2, which are the given equation. Now I will now say, okay, make s the subject of formula from equation 1 and 2 to eliminate x. So you see that to be able to eliminate x, all you need to do, make s the subject of formula from both given equations. So now we will start from equation 1. Equation 1, we have x minus 2y is equal to 4. And now from here, now to make x the formula, all we simply do is to take minus 2y to the right hand side. We therefore have x is equal to 4. When minus 2y crosses from left to right, it becomes plus 2y. This will have given us equation 3. We have just deduced equation 3 from equation 1. Now we want to deduce equation 4 from equation 2, still making s the subject of formula. So we come here and have equation 2 to be 2x plus 5y is equal to 17. So to make 2x zero formula, x zero formula, put down 2x and take 5y to the right hand side. There we have 17 minus 5y. Understand as plus 5y crosses from left to right, the sign changes, right? Okay, now at this point, we know that we are looking for x. We want to make x a formula, so we need to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, because for x to be the subject of formula, the coefficient of x must be 1 and the power of x will equally be 1. Are we there? So now we'll divide both sides by 2. Automatically we have this to be what? 17 minus 5y over 2. It's as simple as this. So this becomes equation 4. All we just need to do now at this point, guys, is to equate equation 3, equate equation 3 and 4. All we are just quickly going to do is to equate equation 3 and 4. Now look at it. We said that in equation 3, s is equal to this. And in equation 4, we also say that s is equal to this. That means we can equate the right hand sides of both equations. So we will equate the right hand side of equation 3 to the right hand side of equation 4. Are we there? So the right hand side of equation 3 is 4 plus 2y is equal to the right hand side of equation 4 is 17 minus 5y over 2. Now the right hand side at this point is a fraction, it's in fraction. But this side is not a fraction. So what must we do? We simply put this as over 1. So guys, how do we clear up the fraction here? Since these fractions that we have here now have equal to in between them, all we just need to do is to cross multiply or multiply both sides by 2. That's all. The denominator is 2. So we just multiply both sides by 2. Multiply both sides by 2. Alright, so when we multiply this by 2, guys, we are going to have 2 into 4 plus 2y is equal to 17 minus 5y over 2 multiplied by 2. So this 2 takes care of this, and that's the essence of multiplying 2 by 2 so that we can clear up the fraction. Now at this point, guys, all we need to do is to remove the bracket. 2 times 4, we have 8. 2 times 2, we have 4y. Then we now have 17 minus 5y. At this point now, we have linear equation. Right? Yes, this is linear equation. All we need to do is to collect like terms. So by collecting like terms, we take all the y functions, all the y term to the left hand side. So first we have 4y at the left hand side already. And when minus 5y crosses from the right hand side to the left, it automatically becomes plus 5y, then equal to 17 at the right hand side. Then we are going to take this 8 from the left hand side to the right hand side. And when plus 8 crosses from the left to the right, it becomes minus 8. Please go and watch our videos on linear equation. You will understand linear equation perfectly, because in mathematics, one topic depends on the other. Are you there? Yes. So now, all the next thing, we add this to this. I'm quickly going to add 5y to 4y. This will have given us 9y. And when we remove 8 from 17, we have 9. All we need to do now is to divide both sides by 9. And we are going to have y is equal to 9 over 9. Therefore, y is equal to 1. Now, one of the interesting things here is that this method happens to be the longest method. Yes, I know many of you will not like it, right? But sometimes it is good that you know numbers of ways in which a particular problem can be solved. That's the interest. I really don't advise you use this in exam, but if it's possible, you can meet up with exam period, you can do that, all right? But I'm just showing you another way simultaneous equation can be solved. Are we there? Now let's go. The next thing I'm going to do is having obtained the value of y, you can use equation 3 or equation 4 to find the unknown, the remaining unknown. So I will go with the easiest equation. I'm quickly going to make use of equation 3. So to find x, use equation 3. So what is equation 3? X is equal to 4 plus 2y. And this will give us x equal to 4 plus 2 multiplied by 1. And this will give us x is equal to 4. 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. And 4 plus 2 is 6. Therefore, x is equal to 6. And y is equal to 1. So this is the answer to this very question. So we are going to solve only 2 problems. using this method. Yes, we are going to solve only two problems using this method. So guys, we're going to look at question number 2 very quickly. Now guys, we have the very question number 8 on the board, which happens to be question number 2 under elimination method 2 by subject of formula. Now, what do we do here? We are asked to solve 4x minus 3y is equal to 11, which we can label this as equation 1. Then also we have 2x plus 5y is equal to 25, which we can label as equation 2. Now, being that we are still using elimination, we call this elimination method 2 by subject of formula. All I need to do first is to first make a choice of which of these variable to be eliminated. Are we there? So if I make the choice of the variable to be eliminated, then it will be easier for me. All I need to do is to now make that variable the subject of formula from both equations. And since we are making a particular variable the subject of formula from two equations, we are going to obtain two more equations that will be labeled as equation 3 and equation 4. Having obtained those equations, we now equate the two equations. Are we there? Then we can simplify. So at this point now, let's also decide that we want to eliminate x. Alright? So to eliminate x here, all we need to do is to make x a formula. Okay, so I can simply say make s the subject of formula from equation 1 and 2 to eliminate x. So the reason why we want to make x the formula is to eliminate x from both equations. Now, so I will pick the first equation, which is 4x minus 3y is equal to 11. Are we there? Yes. So the first thing we are quickly going to do now, since I want to make 4s the subject of formula, I want to make x the formula. I will first of all put down 4s and take y to the right hand side. And when minus 3y crosses, it becomes plus 3y. Finally, to make x the formula, I must ensure that the coefficient of s is not greater than 1 and it's not less than 1. So to have that done, I simply need to divide both sides by the coefficient of 4. And in this case now, the coefficient of 4 here is 4. Then I'm going to have x is equal to 11 plus 3y all over 4. This is equation 3. Then the next thing we are quickly going to do is to also make s the subject of formula from equation 2. We have already decided we want to eliminate x, so it is only x that will be made the subject of formula from both equations given. Now I will put down also the next equation, which is 2x plus 5y is equal to 25. And now to make x the formula, I put down 2x equal to 25. Now as plus 5y crosses from the left to the right hand side, it becomes minus 5y. Please don't forget to be conscious of your sign anytime you collect like terms. Then at this point now, I cannot remove this from this, and I cannot leave my answer like this because the coefficient of s have to be 1. So I need to divide both sides by 2. I have this as 25 minus 5y over 2. Then I call this equation 4. Now that I have deduced equation 3 and equation 4 from the two given equations, all I need to do now is to equate the two equations I just derived. Are you there? That's all. So I will now equate equation 3 and 4. So I will say equating equation 3 and equation 4. Now guys, what is equation 3? How do we equate equation 3 and equation 4? Of course, we see that both left hand side of the two equations are all x. The left hand side of equation 3 is x. The left hand side of equation 4 is also x. That is to say, we can equate the left hand side and also equally equate the right hand side. And in this case now, we are interested at the right hand side because we are eliminating x. So we will quickly equate the right hand side of both equations. So for equation 3, the right hand side here is 11 plus 3y all over 4 is equal to the right hand side of equation 4 is 25 minus 5y all over 2. At this point, all I need to do is to cross multiply. Cross multiply. So to cross multiply, what we simply do is this denominator here, we come and multiply this, and this denominator, we equally multiply this. But you don't need to show this sign in the exam, because most of you are fond of using cross sign. So if I have x over 4 is equal to 5x minus 1 over 5. If you do it this way to show that this is a sign of cross multiplication in any external examination, even internal examination, you are equally to examiner that you stroke out this step. Are you there? So don't use this cross as a sign of cross multiplication. It is better you state it in words, or better ignore it and just take your step ahead. Is all right? So don't make a mistake of using this cross line. It's an indication that you cancel that step. All right. So we cross multiply. Now 4 we come and multiply these guys, and 2 we multiply these guys. So we are going to have 2 multiplied by 11 plus 3y equal to 4 multiply this numerator, which is 4 multiplied by 25 minus 5y. Now when we multiply this will be 2 by 21, 2 by 11 will give us 22, and 2 by 3 will give us 6y. Is equal to 4 by 25 is 100, and 5 by 4 is minus 21. So at this point now, what we just have here now is linear equation. So we simply collect like terms by allowing, all the y variables, all the y terms to be at the left hand side. And now 6y is already at the left hand side. Now when I take minus 20y from the left hand side to the right hand side, it becomes plus 20y. Then put that equal to put 100, which is the constant at the right hand side already. And I'm going to take 22 from the left hand side to the right hand side. And when that is done, this will have given us minus 22. Then when we add these two guys together, this will give us 26y is equal to, when we remove this guy from this guy, guys, we will have 100 minus 22. That would have given us 78. So now, what's the next thing we quickly do here, guys? All we just need to do here is to divide both sides by the coefficient of y. And when we have that done, we simply divide both sides by 26. This will give us 78 divided by what? 26. And 78 divided by 26 will give us 3. So we have successfully obtained the value of y. Now the next thing we are quickly going to do is to find the value of s using any of the equations. Now when you look at equation 3, none look to be more simpler. They are all the same because both are in fraction form. So you can use any one. Now in the first equation we use equation 3. So in this case now let's use equation 4 and see what will be our outcome. Like I said, any equation you use, you will have the same result. So this becomes 25 minus 5y all over 2. And now, what is the value of y? We just obtained the value of y to be 3. So in place of y, we are going to replace it by 3. We have 25 minus 5 times 3 all over 2. Then this gives us s is equal to now 25 minus 5 times 3 would have given us minus 15 over 2. And guys, when we remove 15 from 25, we will have this to be 10 over 2. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. This is our answer. Therefore, s is equal to 5 and y is equal to what? Y is equal to 3. This is the answer to this question. And to validate whether the answer we obtain is correct, we can pick one of the equations and substitute. So let's use equation 1 or equation. Okay, let's use equation 2. So the equation 2 we have is 2x plus 5y is equal to 25. So the right hand side already have a true value. Now let's see if we substitute the values we obtain for x and y to the left hand side, whether we are equally going to have the result to be 25. Alright? That is the proof to which we will know that we are correct. Now at this point now we're going to have 2 times 5 plus 5 multiplied by 3. Alright? So 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 5 times 3 is 15. And 15 plus 10 is 25. That means we are very, very much correct. So see you guys. in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so, and ensure that you turn on the post notification button so that anytime we release mind-blowing content, you will be notified. Of course, we release videos almost every day. So for you to be notified, turn on post notification bell and ensure that you like this video, share this video, and make your necessary comment. Follow us on all our social media platforms, which the link are documented at the description below. So you can go to the description below where you will find the link to all our social media platform, and I'm sure via that description below you will still see the link to the next video where we'll be using the method of matrix to solve the simultaneous equation. In that video we'll be using the method of matrix to solve simultaneous equation. We know that matrix has two methods. We're going to be using method 1, which is the determinant method by grammars, and we're going to use the method 2, which is the inverse method. So see you guys in the next video.